Think by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. He carries down. Way rock the baby in his plate.
Until morning. Ewing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's going to try to get one more shot off the half court. The ball's there.
How about that?
Steps over Toronto. He's got about three. He'll put up a three.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents 3 from Deep. I'm your host, Jason Colenso. Welcome to the show. Guys, no singing today. I'm going to put Frank on hold here. Did not work for Game 3 with the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. So we may try something different moving into Game 4. But first things first, if it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Jason Colenso. This is 3 from Deep. Talk a lot about NBA basketball here in this show. Playoffs are going on right now, so this is a great time to pop on in and check us out. Please, if you have not done so, like, subscribe, jump on the Boom Broadcasting bandwagon, guys. We got a lot of great content providers in here. Baseball, hockey, football, college, wrestling. We have TV shows. It Stinks is a TV show podcast. We got everything in here for you, man. Check out Boom Broadcasting. If you've not done so, please go onto the YouTube channel. It is free. You can go back and look at a lot of other episodes. Check us out, man. And I appreciate you being here. First things first, let's jump in here. My New York Knicks, man. I was so excited for this game here. The hype was real. The tickets were expensive. The stars were out. It was New York City, all its glory. And unfortunately, the Knicks did not show up, and the Boston Celtics did. The shooting woes that the Boston Celtics had in Boston, they brought it to New York and gave it to the Knicks. I think they caught it, and that was it. But Boston did not have any shooting woes in Game 3. 48.2% from the field, 20 for 40 from 3, shooting over 50%. So big difference between Game 3 and Games 1 and 2 for the Boston Celtics when it came to shooting. Tatum had a pretty decent night, 22, 9, and 7. Brown, 19, 6, and 5. Peyton Pritchard, the sixth man of the year, with 23 points. But man, Al Horford. I'm not saying Al Horford's old, but he's up there in age. But Al Horford, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 for 4 from 3. Couple big blocks. He was all over the court. Definitely was a momentum wrecker for the New York Knicks. But man, Knicks, 40% from the field, 5 for 25 from 3, 20%. So if you thought the Boston Celtics were bad at 24%, hold my beer. New York Knicks, even worse. In the Garden, with all the stars, with all the hype, you won 2 big games and came out with zero energy. There was more energy in the stands than there was on that court from the New York Knicks. It was terrible. Very disappointed in the way they played. I mean, look, if you would have kept it close, if you guys would have had some energy, and I would have saw something, then maybe I would have left with a little better feeling. I know there's really no such thing as a moral victory or whatever you want to call it in games. A loss is a loss. And it was a bad loss by the Knicks. Brunson, 27 points, 7 assists. Good game. Karl-Anthony Towns, really good game, 21 and 5. But other than that, nobody else showed up. OG Anunoby, 2 points. Precious Achiuwa, 6 points. Hart, 10 points. No energy, no D, no momentum at all. This game was so hyped up. It was so big for New York City. I just wanted the Knicks to show up. Now, getting past an ugly game. I'll take the one ugly game if we can show up in game 4. Knicks are still up 2-1. So it's not over yet, but I am concerned. I am concerned with that cold shooting. I am concerned with the energy level. I was a little disappointed in the way they came out in Boston, in your own building, pushed you around. Very disappointed. Very disappointed in the Knicks. I'm excited that you're still in this series. I'm excited for game 4. I want to see a little more effort. I want to see a little more defense, a little more perimeter defense. Guys, do not let the Boston Celtics shoot themselves back into this playoff series. They shot themselves out of 2 playoff games, game 1 and game 2, with a horrendous shooting percentage. And then they came back in game 3 and started finding their mojo. Do not let them catch fire, or it's going to be boom, 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 and then you're going to be out. With winning the first 2 games, do not drop the next 4. That is a bad look for the New York Knicks. I'm going to say it like this. If the New York Knicks do not stretch this to at least 7 games and really make it a fighting series, I believe Thibodeau will be gone next year, or gone right after this season. The Knicks are missing something right now. We're still missing, I think, a key player somewhere because somebody's not stepping up. OG, when you drop double digits, we win. 2 points is ridiculous. But I do believe that if the Knicks blow this series and blow this lead, Tom Thibodeau will not be the coach of the New York Knicks next year. Plain and simple. I don't know. But tonight, game 4, 7:30, back at the Garden. I need to see some energy from the Knicks. If we could play defense and shoot the ball and get in the basket, not fall in love with the 3. You make some 3s, that's great, but we need high percentage shots and ones. Do what won you the games in Boston. Do what won those games for you against Detroit. Get in the foul trouble. Get the other team in the foul trouble. Get down low. Get the and ones. Get Boston in foul trouble. Get them off of their rhythm. They had too much rhythm the last game. Terrible. All right. Done yelling about the New York Knicks. Although I'm pretty quiet today, so, it was a long weekend. I thank you guys. But let's jump into Saturday night's game. Minnesota Timberwolves, just kind of playing around with the dead mouse. Golden State Warriors put up a fight. Jimmy Buckets, a.k.a. Playoff Jimmy, 33-7-7, respectable game. Kuminga off the bench, 30 points. Where has that been this whole season for Golden State Warriors? Kuminga not really showing up, but showed up on Saturday night. Buddy Hield, 14 points. Podziemski, 5 points. Draymond Green, 2 points. Fouled out with about 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. He's just off his game. The whole Golden State Warriors team looks a mess without Stephen Curry. And I still think they have at least 2 more games to play. I think if they drop the next 2, they drop the next 2, it's over. But if I think they drop the next game, the Wolves smell blood. No Steph, no energy. Draymond doing Draymond things. I don't think they have a shot. I feel bad. I love me some Golden State. I love me some Steph Curry. I would love to see them back into a finals or, even a Western Conference finals. I don't see it happening, though, unfortunately. Minnesota hasn't really been playing that good either, and that's what's surprising is Minnesota has looked a little off also. Ant Edwards, decent game, 36, 4-4. Julius Randle. Let me give props to Julius Randle. Man, I dogged him, especially when he was on the Knicks, not showing up, always being hurt. I'm like, man, this guy, I know they traded him away. We got Karl-Anthony Towns. I think, well, great trade. We got someone that's actually going to be there and show up. Karl-Anthony Towns has been hit or miss here lately, but Julius Randle, 24, 10, and 12, triple-double. Man, he has shown up in these playoffs. So congratulations, Julius. Man, you are playing some phenomenal basketball. The Minnesota Timberwolves have a chance to make it to the NBA Finals. I think they're going to get I think they're one of the top teams in the West right now that really has a chance to get through. I don't see Golden State winning another game in this series without Steph and Curry. There's just no way. They don't have enough. You're going against Ant Edwards, Julius Randle, the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert. It's just a tall task. My man Dante DiVincenzo, I got to throw him in there. Lots of love. Excuse me. We miss you, your 3-point shot in New York. But yeah, man, it's over for Golden State. Golden State, you're done. No rhythm, no Steph, no shot. So, Monday night, game 4. Minnesota can take a commanding lead if they win tonight. We'll see. Puncher's chance. Draymond stays focused and actually assists and gets his defense back on track. Jimmy buckets, drops 40. The rest of the team shows up. Buddy Hield, Podziemski, Kuminga has another good game. They have a shot. Little. Because Anthony Edwards wants to get to the promised land. He can smell it. He's had some off games here lately. We have not even seen the best of Anthony Edwards yet in this series. So, Golden State, be prepared. I think you guys are done. It is what it is. Guys, we're going to take a quick timeout. Let's talk about tonight, 7 o'clock. We have the Cooper Flag Sweepstakes, a.k.a. the NBA Draft Lottery is tonight. I'm still not a huge fan of it. I know the Knicks have benefited from it, but that was like 40 years ago when we got Patrick Ewing. And everybody said it was a fix, and it just so happens that Cleveland got LeBron. So, yeah, the draft lottery has had its ups and downs over the years, but Cooper Flag, the big prize at the end of the wheel for tonight. Who's in the draft lottery, you say? Utah, Washington, Charlotte, New Orleans, Philly, but that may get conveyed to OKC. There's some trade dealings in this too. Brooklyn, Toronto, San Antonio, Phoenix, but that's going to go to Houston via Brooklyn. There's some, again, trading stuff in here. Then you got Portland, Dallas, Chicago, Sacramento conveys over to Atlanta. And then Atlanta, but that goes to San Antonio. So San Antonio has really a great shot at getting so much better in this lottery. But your top teams that have the highest percentages, which is Utah, Washington, and Charlotte, all have about 14% to come away with the top spot. Man, where do you put Cooper Flag? Do you put him on the worst team in the league, the Utah Jazz, who just extended their coach? Do you put him in Washington, who I think the Washington Wizards are the worst franchise in the NBA? I just think they are not run well at all. They put a terrible product out on the court, and the Wizards have not been good for a lot of years now, and I don't see them getting any better unless there's an ownership change, because this is one of those things where I think they need to do, and not in just basketball, but just every professional sport. I know with soccer that you can get regulated if you're that bad. We don't do the regulations here. You don't get regulated, but you need to regulate some of these owners. If you have 10 plus years of futility and failings as an ownership group, you should be gone. Because if you can't run your franchise, if you can't turn things around in 10 years and at least have some winning seasons and have a good product on the court or on the field, I think you should be booted. Because that would get rid of the Wizards. I mean, you look at right now the Colorado Rockies. You look at Oakland. You look at the Browns. Some of these just really bad teams that are consistently bad and consistently making bad moves. You should be fired as an owner. Made to sell the team and move on. Because as a sports fan, spending your hard-earned money to watch and cheer for your squad, and it's that bad, these leagues need to do something about it. But Utah, Washington, and Charlotte, man, imagine Cooper Flagg going to San Antonio with De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama, and you also have a lot of free agency out there. So time in, guys. We're going to jump back into everything right here. We're going to talk about Sunday's days. And Sunday was a great day because it was Mother's Day. Guys, do not celebrate Mother's Day one time a year. Mother's Day should be celebrated every day of the year, because none of us would be here without our moms. I love you, Mom. I miss you. Thank you for having me, because without it, I would not be here with my peeps. And I thank you so much. So, guys, don't stand on one time a year to show love to your mom. Every day. But Sunday's games. That Nuggets game was first. Nuggets versus OKC. OKC tied it up. Nuggets were right there. Nuggets had control of this game till about the little bit into the fourth quarter, but OKC ended up pulling away 92-87. Pretty low-scoring game, too. Both teams shot terrible from the field. OKC, 35% from the field, 24.4 from three. The Nuggets, 31.3% from the field, 24.4% from three. Same, 11 for 45, 10 for 41. Both teams were horrendous. But SGA, a solid 25 points. Hartenstein, shout out New York Knicks, 14 rebounds, 8 points, a steal and a block. Again, one of those guys, a lot of the things that don't show up on the stat sheet with energy and being in the way and kind of creating things. He was there for OKC. So good win for them, tying up this series 2-2. OKC, everybody's coming for you, and you're getting the best of everything. And Joker, 27 points, 13 rebounds, but only 3 assists. And I think that's really the crux of this, is that's not Nikola Jokic, especially this year. Mr. Triple-Double, the dad bod god. To only have 3 assists in this game is a little curious. So I wonder if that has something to do with this loss. Now, Brown, 17 points. Murray, 17 points. Not bad. Westbrook, he had a couple of plays in there that kind of ignited the crowd, but only 6 points. Gordon having a phenomenal series, 15 points, 16 rebounds. But Nuggets just couldn't shoot, couldn't make threes, poor field goal percentage. And man, Joker, where's the facilitation? Where's the assists? Without that, you guys aren't going to beat OKC. You're not going to best SGA, the possible MVP of this league. So, Game 5 coming up. Back and forth. I mean, two heavyweight teams battling each other. It's great to see Nikola Jokic and SGA fighting together. But man, we got to do something a little bit better here. Come on, Nuggets. I picked the Nuggets to win. I still think Nikola Jokic has it. Still think he's got a little bit of a better team. Oklahoma City. You kind of didn't do much last year in the playoffs. Let's see if you can bounce back. You got 2 more games in you. We'll see. I still have the Nuggets coming through. But man, OKC has a chance. And then Sunday night's game, I think the Pacers are still scoring points right now. That was a terrible, terrible loss. 129-109. It wasn't even that close. At one point in time, I think it was like a 45-point lead. They had 80-something points at halftime. But I think what really hurt them is you can see Darius Garland is struggling. He was in foul trouble. I think he's still hurting. And I think that's what got him into foul trouble is when you have an injury and you can't give it everything, you start getting a little sloppy. And he got a little sloppy, gotten into foul trouble. But the bigger news is D. Mitchell not coming out in the second half. Look, I can understand being down 40. Do you want your best player out there? We don't know really what's going on. Cavs calling it an ankle thing, but I think we'll have a better idea in the next day or so if he'll be ready for that other game. But we had ourselves a little tussle in this game here. Came to a head. DeAndre Hunter and Benedict, egg on my face, Mathurin, had a little tete-a-tate. Mathurin kind of gave Hunter a little shot in the chest, and then Hunter came over and pushed him. You know, the NBA fight is just pushing. Hold me back. You know, those NBA fights sometimes are a little more comical than anything. It's like watching the guys jump out of a clown car. They just kind of run around and make it look exciting. But I think that's going to come to an even bigger head here at some point in time. I wouldn't be surprised to see, especially if the Pacers jump up like this on this again, because again, that series, whew. I'm looking at Indiana is in control. Indiana in control. 3-1. Wire to wire, the Cleveland Cavaliers led this year and were number 1 in the East. I had them coming out of the East at the beginning of these playoffs because I thought they were the most complete team. You know, then you have some injuries. You know, Garland, Mobley, Hunter, but he was back. Mobley was back, Garland back, but I don't know if they're operating at 100%. Now you have Donovan Mitchell is hurt. The Indiana Pacers, I think, are going to go to the NBA Finals. That team right now, the way they have looked the last 4 games plus the series before that against the Milwaukee Bucks, they look like they are playing at a different speed. Like they got the switch up to turbo. They have flipped that switch. They get up and down the court faster than any team I've seen. 1-2 steps, and they're already across half court setting up plays. Their transition basketball is phenomenal. They have the height, they have the depth, they have the shots. Halliburton has something to prove. Pascal Siakam has been there before, so he knows what it takes to win. You have a lot of great players on that team right now, man, and they are just, excuse me, they are just blowing the doors off of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know it goes back to Cleveland right now. If there's no Garland, then it's over. Then it's done. Indiana, rest, Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go. If Garland, if D Mitch comes back and he's healthy, I give them a shot. It's back in Cleveland. Excuse me. They need to do something. But that is disappointing. And my other thing here is too is if Cleveland gets bounced again early again, does this make the Bickerstaff firing? Fire Bickerstaff, bring in Atkinson. He's improved the team in some statistics, but to me, statistics only go so far. Winning is everything. All these analytic guys, you can have all the analytics you want. You can have all the stats you want. Did you win or did you lose? That's the stat. And if Cleveland gets bounced again, injuries or not, does this make them look bad because you fired a great coach and you got the same result? So was it the coach was the issue, or is it the players that are the issue? Because we saw what Bickerstaff did to that Detroit Pistons team, taking them from one of the worst teams or the worst team in the NBA last year to the playoffs and winning some playoff games against the New York Knicks. So Cleveland, you're in trouble. I think you guys are done. I think that next game is just. I think the next game is just too much. I think it's just Indiana is too fast. Indianapolis 500. These guys are on a whole nother level. They can smell it. They can see the fear in your eyes. And I think the Pacers have got them. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in that game. Again, we'll see what happens with Darius Garland, or excuse me, with Donovan Mitchell and his injury. But man, these playoffs have been crazy so far, guys. Knicks starting out 2-0, get beat up at the Garden, playing tonight. Do they come back? T-Wolves beating up on the Stephless Golden State Warriors. Can the Warriors try to claw back and win a game so they can get Steph back? I don't know. And Edwards is on a mission. You got Joker, SGA, two guys fighting for the MVP, fighting for the next round of the playoffs. Nuggets, OKC. That's going to go 7 games, man. That is a great series right now. 2 heavyweight champs going at each other. And then you got this Pacers Cavs series where the Pacers have turbocharged. They got fresh tires. They are just blowing by and blowing the doors off of the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. And you could see them the way they're running up and down the court. So, guys, a lot of great stuff going on here in the NBA. I want to know who you got. Who's making it to the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals? I want to hear what you got. Drop me a comment. Hit the like and subscribe button. Jump on Boom Broadcasting. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm Jason Colenso. This is 3 from Deep. I will be back Wednesday at 12. I'll also be back Saturday at 12. So check me out. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy the draft lottery. If you're a Cooper Flag fan, or if you're one of those teams that are in the lottery that are desperate for something, we'll see what happens when the balls drop tonight. I will see you on Wednesday. Peace.